At first, it started out as like a kind of cute thing. It was like, oh, ha ha he he. This is so much, so silly, so fun with the cards. And I just feel like it kind of got a little out of control. If you're too sucked in, is that keeping you from, just living the life that you normally would with your free will? When you're just like hopping around aimlessly, looking for that guidance or just like looking for something to have the answers. It's like, babe, you had the answers the whole time. Just had to look inside you.
What's up, cocksuckers? It's a full moon, and you know what that means. It means that the moon is full.
Well, hello there, you rapscallions. My name is Michael, but you can call me Pikel. And a lot has changed over the last couple months. I have moved. I have not had much time to make very many videos, but I've definitely been stewing. I've been brewing. And I don't know, I thought we would take a more casual approach today. We're just chilling in bed, just chatting. And something that popped into my mind was tarot recently, like tarot cards.
And we're also going to do a tarot card reading. Okay, here's the past. It appears that you were dedicated to a certain bundle of sticks. I don't know, guys. I'm just spitballing.
I feel like tarot cards really had a moment. I guess not just a moment, like they had a chokehold on lives of 20-somethings everywhere. For the unindoctrinated, I guess, for anyone who does not know, tarot cards are kind of like a deck of cards that you could get to tell fortunes or ask questions to the universe, basically. And I don't know, I guess the thing that prompted me making this video was a lot of people on like TikTok, and I guess myself included, like one being less interested in that kind of content in recent years, but also a lot of people saying that they know that they're out of a depressive episode when tarot cards or, tarot videos popping up on their For You page or anything like that was not sucking them in, was not pulling them in the same way that it maybe would have if they were depressed.
All right, this is why I'm done watching tarot videos, because I had a realization.
So I just want to talk a little bit about tarot cards, I guess. Like, I'm kind of just wondering, this whole video, I'm just posing a question, wondering, are tarot cards still in the zeitgeist? I'm wondering what people think. I feel like around 2017, 2018 is when I started, or no, maybe 2018, 2019 is when I really started, at least myself personally, noticing a huge trend in this direction, mostly on YouTube at the time. And I was definitely, I gotta confess, I was like very much enamored with this. I was kind of sucked in. But what I'm wondering today is if kind of the rhetoric that alternative self-help is I guess similar to really any self-help, is proposed just to, in a sense, brainwash you into feeling unwell. Like to make you think that there is a problem. Like, who said that there has to be a problem? Like, maybe you were just doing fine, but now you see this thing that is telling you that you have a problem, and it is just human nature to want to know more about it, how to prevent this, or how to fix it, or how to get an outcome that you're hoping for, or like even to do, some sleuthing into, people around you. There's a whole term of cross-watching. If you know someone's zodiac sign, I guess could cross-watch some of their videos, and in theory, you could know what's going through their head.
Okay, you are a conniving little slut.
It sounds so unhinged to say. It's like, just chat in person, just like but yeah, the epidemic of tarot is a fascinating one for sure. I'm just wondering how other people experience this, if it was something that kind of like missed them. On TikTok recently, I saw someone say that they really are only affected by tarot videos when they are basically depressed, which I think is a little bit funny because, maybe for a number of reasons, if you're feeling vulnerable or if you're just like wanting something to be a distraction or almost feel like there's company in the room, or to know more about things that you don't, just like to keep your mind busy or whatnot in a hard time. Certainly I can attest to going through some tough times over the last couple of years, like when that was really prevalent in my life. Like during that time, I went through a really hard breakup. I moved multiple times. I moved states. I moved cities. I was trying out different jobs. I just went through so many different changes, so much uncertainty in that time. And not that any of that has gone away for sure, but I don't know. At least in some ways, I definitely do feel like more mentally stable than I was at that point, which for me was like my early 20s. There's so much imagery that goes into tarot cards and the interpretations of them. I mean, I definitely think that it is cool, like, you know, some of these concepts that are utilized in the spirituality community, whether that be tuning into your energy, like everyone embodying to a certain extent masculine and feminine energy. I don't know, like I'm a bit rusty, I guess. In tarot, there are two different kinds of cards. There are major arcana cards and there are minor arcana cards. If I remember right, major arcana is used to describe more big transitions, big life-altering changes, whereas minor arcana, you know, maybe smaller things, maybe major arcana things too are going to happen over a long span of time. You're going to be dealing with the ramifications of that major arcana event for, you know, I don't know, days, weeks, months. It's all hearsay. But similar to the zodiac, there are earth, air, water, and fire variants of all the cards. Like one card that comes to mind for the major arcana is the Tower card, which is used to symbolize like catastrophic change, not to be dramatic, but it's meant to symbolize like really big events, really big changes. Is the cat wanting in? I thought I heard him. The cat wants in. The cat wants to join us. Our next guest is the most esteemed Bucky the cat. Everyone give him a round of applause.
Yes, hi.
Or should I say a round of applause? Because he has paws. He's a little guy. He's a cat, which I guess could be good or bad. Like you could have, you know, the loss of a family member is like a big change that shakes your world, but you could also be offered a new job, which also just like totally changes your life, and it could be like a good change in that way. Just making up some random examples. But yeah, there's a bunch of, you know, major arcana and minor arcana cards, and you know, readers on YouTube or TikTok would use these to predict your future. I think a lot of the community that I do see when it comes to tarot videos on YouTube is like love and romance. Like a lot of people wanting to know, what is my person up to? When am I going to meet my person? And I don't know. I guess like it just makes me wonder. And don't get me wrong, I'm 100% all for living a spiritual life, being spiritually minded. I think it's really great to always want to strive to improve your mental health and to deepen your understanding of, you know, yourself and how your brain works, how you process life around you, how you process the world. But just like anything, I just wonder if too much of a good thing or any kind of thing is counterintuitive. I don't know. Like at first it started out as like a kind of cute thing. It was like, oh, ha ha he he. This is so much, so silly, so fun with the cards. And I just feel like it kind of got like a little out of control.
I knew I'd curse you for the longest time. I knew I'd wish you would change your mind.
But is too much of a good thing actually counterintuitive? I can at least speak for myself that over the past couple of years, I've in a major way been trying to disengage with any kind of tarot content. And this is why seeing that TikTok really made me laugh, that you know that you've healed from your mental trauma when you are actually avoiding that kind of content. You're just scrolling past it. It's not like hooking you. But I'm still wanting to hear from you all if maybe that's just like myself who's kind of over it right now, or is everyone kind of over it? I just wonder if you're too sucked in, is that keeping you from just living the life that you normally would with your free will? That sounds so crazy, but if you're looking to the internet for guidance, or if you're just like bored and lonely and just like binging readings of your zodiac sign to pass time, I mean, who are you are you doing yourself any favors there? I don't think so. I don't know. I'm gonna go with no. I mean, I definitely think that it's really good for everyone to want to strive to deepen their understanding of themselves and how their mind works, how you process information so you can better understand your relationship with other people around you, or just like the way that the world works. Like, I think spiritual growth is an amazing thing, but I almost wonder if tarot culture has been taken too far. I'm sure that there are some lovely readers out there, but I'm just like, I guess the moment that I realized I was kind of over tarot was maybe a year ago, like 6 months ago. It was a transition for sure, over a gradual thing over time. But I would just be like listening to these people talk, and I was just like, what am I doing? Like, what is the point? What is going on? Sometimes when you're just like hopping around aimlessly, looking for that guidance, or just like looking for something to have the answers, it's like, babe, you had the answers the whole time. You just had to look inside you. And I'm not trying to bash anyone who is a tarot reader. I think even certain tarot readers would tell you that there's a lot of toxicity within the tarot community. What are you doing, Bucky? But yeah, I mean, I think that they would possibly even tell you the same thing, that there is a lot of toxicity in the tarot community. Hey, you silly guy. So I think that they might even tell you the same thing, whether that be to do with like lurking and stalking, like people that you don't really know what they're up to. You're just like hoping to see them pop up in your tarot reading, almost like wishful thinking, but taken like way too far. Or whether it be like bashing other people in your life, or just to like put yourself on a pedestal in a certain way. I don't know. Like, I'm riffing here. I'm just spitballing because I genuinely just want to know what you think as well. If you're wondering if I think that you should make all of your major life decisions with the help of a fortune teller, I guess at this time I would have to tell you no.
Okay, this is your future. You're going to be offered a chalice by a floating hand entity, and there's also going to be 3 chalices on the ground at that moment. I hope this helps.
But maybe that's just me. So let me know what you think down below. Have you ever been absorbed in a tarot phase? I'm just like wondering if it still has the like chokehold on humanity that it did in 2018 through like 2020. It's kind of like my thought process. But let's see if we can find any other information on tarot here. So when you type in "is tarot" into Google, the first things that come up is tarot real, is tarot evil, is tarot witchcraft, is tarot reading a sin, is tarot card reading accurate, then once again, is tarot card reading a sin, is tarot card reading real, is tarot card reading bad. I'm just like more wondering if people are like over it. Like, people still watch tarot readings? Hey. Ow. That one hurt. Here's one that says, should I stop watching tarot readings? This response says, stop watching tarot videos if you're using them in an unhelpful way, and instead seek out tarot readers who can provide guidance and help you make positive changes in your life. Tarot is a serious study that takes years to fully understand, and it's frustrating to see it being misused and given a bad reputation. Here's another article that says why I stopped watching tarot readings. So this one says, why I stopped watching tarot readings. It was turning into an unhealthy addiction. I accidentally discovered tarot readings on YouTube back in April 2018. Okay, samesies. Something about the whole ordeal fascinated me. It was something I had never seen on YouTube before. I quickly found myself getting absorbed in these tarot readings. It felt so good to hear a tarot reader describe what my future husband would be like, what a specific person was feeling about me, or what my future career was going to be. It gave me a rush of adrenaline, as if everything was going to work out in my favor, and that I was ultimately going to end up living the life of my dreams. Well, that ended up being problematic in the long run. I was watching these tarot card readings with the intention that amazing things were going to happen in my life simply because the tarot card said so. I found myself waiting for the next love interest to come around, or waiting for the next big break in my career. But all that thinking and pondering led to nothing. My life was still pretty much the same, and I did not receive the abundance and success that these tarot readers had promised me. I felt disappointed despite knowing the fact that tarot card readings are so general, and the tarot readers made it clear from the very beginning that they pick up on the energies of thousands of people watching these readings. So there's absolutely no guarantee that it would resonate with everyone. But I still kept on hoping, and because of that, disappointment was inevitable. My life was still stagnant with little to no change. It was also getting toxic because every person I ended up meeting, I'd start thinking if they were going to end up being my future husband. I also found myself comparing their characteristics to the characteristics that the tarot readings mention pertaining to my future spouse. Sounds ridiculous, right? Instead of focusing on the present moment and enjoying the connection and companionship that I had with them, well, you have to have an account on this Medium website to be able to read the full article, but I feel like that kind of hits the nail on the head, actually. I don't know. Similar to how someone might feel like their tarot reading hits their life right on the head. That hit my experience with tarot in recent years on the head, where I just feel like it takes you out of the present moment. And like the article said, a lot of those readers do say, hey, this is just a general reading. If it's not your information, don't force it to fit. But I think a lot of people, I don't know, I'm going out on a limb here, but I think that a lot of people did form like an unhealthy attachment to these tarot readings, or like the pastime of watching tarot card readings. It's also very notable that tarot card readings got really popular over the pandemic when everyone was stressed out and confused and bored. But so I don't know. I mean, if you're a casual tarot enthusiast and it is purely just for entertainment use only, then maybe it's fine. I'm trying to see both sides of the coin here, but I am a recovering tarot watcher, trying very much to just like avoid that now. I don't know. It's just like a little unhinged when I think back on it. So gonna leave that one in the past. But you let me know if if you had a similar experience or like any psychic experiences in general. I would love to know. It just seems like it was the perfect storm, like not that these things aren't still popular and that they weren't popular before, obviously, but yeah, I just feel like the little witchy movement like really picked up steam in 2018 and onward, like during the pandemic. Like a lot of people I knew got like super into crystals, and tarot card reading is like definitely like a standout thing as well. Yeah, I don't know. I just remember like it just felt so different, like discovering that at first. It's like, whoa, look at this kooky little thing. Like I also had discovered it on YouTube, and similar to like when you read like your horoscope and you're just like, whoa. I was also very into horoscopes at the time too, probably because like CoStar also had a chokehold on like all of my college classmates as well. But it really was the perfect storm where it's like CoStar is popular, people are getting into like more so than usual, people are getting into like witchy activities like crystals, and which I still think crystals are cool, it's fine, or like tarot. I think that because out of my friends, I don't know for sure, but I feel like I watch more YouTube than most of my friends. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like at least with my friends of that time, I found tarot in my circle before anyone. So I do remember like sending it to a friend and being like, whoa, look at this crazy thing. So like, I don't know, but like that was years ago. So I don't know if any of my personal friends like went super far down the rabbit hole or even were like watching those kinds of videos. But I can definitely say that it was popular enough to the point of anyone in my generation or in my circle is going to like know what tarot cards are, what tarot reading is, if it's like mentioned to them. So yeah, I don't know. Like, are there any like readers that you like? Are there any experiences that you had where it was like different when you initially were getting into it from at the end when you were like, okay, I'm over this? Are you over it now? Are you like trying to avoid tarot readings in 2024? Do you think it's kind of tied to just like boredom, or like the pandemic, like everyone just having like so much time and just like feeling so lost at that time? Isn't that kind of sad though, that we would rather get advice from just like some random strangers online rather than just like having a good old chat with like a close pal. Like, I don't know. I'm all for building community with people in person or online, but it is definitely interesting to think about. See, is there any other articles we can find? Okay, it did not take long for me to see this Reddit that says, stop, period, watching, period, tarot, period, videos, period. Anyways, I can't with that. I think I'm going to call it there. Let me know if you've had any experiences with tarot. Do you remember it kind of like surfacing in the mainstream like in 2018, 2019? Was it on YouTube that you saw? Was it on TikTok? Have you ever made any major life decisions off of a tarot reading? Let me know down below because I am intrigued and I would like to chat. I'm going to try to be making more videos again. I miss it. There's a lot of things I want to talk about. So this was me kind of trying a little bit more of an unscripted kind of vibe, but on a topic that I thought would be really interesting. So if there's ever anything you want me to talk about, any pop culture things, let me know and we will dive deep into the tea. If you haven't seen it, I also have a series here on my channel where I read the magazine Rolling Stone, so you don't have to. So that's like kind of a fun way to talk about a lot of music stuff or other pop culture stuff. And yeah, just thank you for being here. Thanks for sticking with me till the end. I'll see you next time. You take it easy and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
You're holding 3 swords. You don't need that many swords. It says you're a little bitch, but don't get mad at me. Like, it says it in the cards, so.